Hey everybody, it's Jonathan 3. Jonathan 3. This is Jonathan Gray, week 3. Hoping this makes the final cut. I've trying something new. I have written like a little syllabus, kind of like notes, and I've been taping it right here beside the camera. And so even though it looks like I'm looking at y'all or looking at the camera, I'm really kind of going off some of my notes. It really helps if anybody's having any problems. I recommend you try it. But as you know, I chose Luke chapter 8, verses 22 through 25. And, well, the good news of this passage is pretty obvious that Jesus can rebuke the storms of our lives. You know, he can use whatever tragedies, whatever adversities, whatever that, may come upon us, that, through our faith in Jesus, anything can be used to benefit us or, can be overcome. But the bad news is that those things are going to come upon us. No matter how spiritual we may be, we're going to face some type of adversity, some type of tragedy. Something's not going to work out the way we think it should, or things aren't going to go our way always. It's pretty safe. That's pretty safe to say. But and that really is, it's no matter how spiritual you are, no matter how much we trust in God, things are still going to happen. The disciples were physically in the boat with Jesus, and I know we're physically with Jesus, but they were physically with I can't say the living God, but they were with the human being form of Jesus, and they still had this storm come upon their boat. So pastors, preachers, whoever, at some time you're going to face something that could kind of question your faith a little bit. When Jesus asked the disciples, "Where is your faith?" I don't necessarily believe he was asking why come they didn't rebuke the storm or believe that they could rebuke the storm. I think he was asking, where is your faith in him? Or, where's your faith in me? Jesus weren't going to lead them out to the lake to drown. And I've got an intriguing thing I find it intriguing that Jesus probably knew the storm was coming, but I'll get into that later. But that's some of the good news, is that God's not going to place us in any situation that he can't get us out of. And I think that's the whole where is your faith, is where's the faith in him, that no matter what, he's going to get us through whatever storm we may encounter. I can take the place of almost any one of the disciples. I imagine they got in the boat kind of worry-free, felt like they were, they're following Jesus. Nothing can kind of go wrong attitude. And when the storm came up, I can see them kind of confused, along with, obviously being scared and confused, but maybe a little mad that Jesus would lead them into this storm, And I think that's one of the things that in life that we encounter is whenever somebody faces a storm, tragedy, adversity, whatever, we often sometimes ask the, you've heard the age-old question, why God, why? And I've heard it best said by Joel Osteen that God's ways are not our ways, that only our faith can get us through these storms. I can't begin to place myself in Jesus' shoes, because how do you go to sleep, knowing that the storm is coming? If you knew something bad was going to happen tomorrow, in an hour, in a minute, how do you just about everybody's going to do everything they can to avoid that. So just to lay back and worry free and go to sleep is beyond me. I would like to say that we don't have to have a worry in the world trusting in Jesus, but when we're faced with these storms and faced with these tragedies and things that happen, that's not always the case. It still hurts, and we still worry, but as Christians, we do know that the final outcome will be okay. One thing I found intriguing is that Jesus did know about the storm, and he didn't say, we'll wait because the storm's coming, or let's go around the storm. And I don't think he necessarily brought the storm on them, but I do believe he was fully aware that they were sailing into the storm. And that's my video.